I will tell you one thing that I know for sure, but I need you to really, really listen up when I say this. There will be one day when a magic opportunity arises, just falls into your lap. You're going to ask yourself, where did this come from? What you need in that moment is to be prepared to take on that opportunity. There are countless moments in my career over the past 5 years where a random opportunity came in my inbox. And it's almost like God is wanting you to be prepared for that moment, because it's going to come and you can't estimate exactly when it will arrive. So your job, and what will make things so much better off for you, helping you make progress, helping you feel better about life, feeling fulfilled, doing work that you're passionate about, is to be prepared when that moment arises. So how do you do this? First of all, you got to step out of your own way. When you are starting something new, let's say it's filmmaking. When you first buy that camera, you might have the luck or the opportunity arise immediately. Somebody sees that you have a camera and then they ask you to take photos for them, right? However, for some of us, like me, I first got a camera, let that camera sit in the closet for 6 months just collecting dust, until randomly one day a friend asked if I wanted to go take photos. And I've told this story before, but I fell in love with photography immediately. I started taking the camera with me everywhere, and I soon became known as the guy that always had a camera and was taking photos literally everywhere. Like, if I didn't have my camera, people would be like, "Where's your camera, dude?" And what that did is it prepared me for a moment in my career, where multiple moments in my career where God wanted me to level up. The sun just came out. That was cool timing. And he was like, I think you're ready for this moment. I think that all that time and energy that you've put into carrying this camera around with you, ready to take it to the next level. And what he's going to do, he's going to put an opportunity into your lap out of nowhere. Somebody's going to randomly ask you, "Hey, I know that you've never shot a wedding, but I love your photos, and I really would love for you to shoot my wedding." Wedding? You want me to shoot a wedding? At this time, it was crazy. I'll never forget it. I was working at Chili's, and I think I was working as a host at Chili's. I started from the bottom at Chili's and did that for 6 months. Anyways, at that time I was making minimum wage. I remember it like it was yesterday, making $7.25 an hour, standing in the front of Chili's with my red shirt, polo, and the logo on Chili's, and my shirt tucked in like a little geek. Welcome to Chili's. And I remember at that time I just didn't have a lot of money coming in, but I was doing photography on the side, just like doing it as a hobby. I just loved taking photos. And then this couple who happened to be a part of my fraternity, one of my brothers was marrying one of we called them Pike Angels because I was a part of a fraternity called Pi Kappa Alpha. And they asked "Hey, can you shoot our wedding?" And I was like, "Sure." They were like, "We'll pay you $600. And I was like, $600? Fuck yeah, I'll shoot your wedding. What? And I was so used to making, I don't remember exactly, but I think I would maybe make $400 in a month hosting, maybe. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll shoot your wedding. I'd love to. Remember doing the bridal photo shoot before the wedding, and some of the most beautiful images that I was so proud of that, and it helped me get more wedding gigs simply by just sharing my work. My point is that find something you're obsessed with and don't expect some external event or someone to ask you for help by a certain date. Just follow your curiosity. Whenever I was taking my camera everywhere with me, I was just like interested in taking photos. It was that simple. And I know that a lot of people struggle finding something that they just enjoy. But whenever people tell me that, like, I know for a fact there's something out there that would really fulfill you. It could be cooking. It could be being a barista. It could be being a yoga instructor. It could be helping people overcome self-sabotage. It could be making fitness content, riding bikes, running. It could be anything. And my challenge to you is to just ask yourself, what is something that my inner child loved to do? What is something that I did freely as a child and remember just feeling so happy doing it? That should at least give you a first step, because I think what is unfortunate about society and life and our education system and growing up and just the system overall is that we lose our curiosity. You know, I'm watching a show called Severance right now. I'm sure you probably know of it. I heard about it a long time ago, but I didn't start watching it until recently because I only recently got an Apple TV subscription or free month trial. So I've been soaking that show in. And it is a very dramatic, futuristic example of how the system can brainwash you into thinking that you have nothing to be curious about, that you don't have any interest, that you should just follow the system, do what you're told, climb the corporate ladder. If that is you and you feel like you're in that position where you just don't have anything, take 5 minutes a day. Go on a walk. No distractions. Just 5 minutes a day. And don't even go into the walk with an objective. Just to allow yourself to be. Walk around, be present, feel your footsteps, be in tune with your body, and create space for that curiosity to come back up. I promise you this works. Please, please try this if you are feeling stuck. When you remove the distractions, you remove the phone, you remove the music, you remove the podcast, you remove the Audible, you remove the phone calls. I know you love your family members and your friends, but this moment is for you. This is the best case scenario for you. And when you fill your energy up first, everyone else benefits. So it is an act of love for everyone else for you to make this moment just for you. Get comfortable being alone. Doesn't mean you're going to be lonely, because there's so much beauty in solitude and just being alone. Anyways, back to my point. If you were to take 5 minutes every single day to just open up your curiosity, to be present with yourself, to be still and be mindful, what happens is that inner childlike version of you starts to creep back up. That voice that got shunned by the system starts to creep back up. If you did this solidly for a month, 5 minutes a day, and you didn't make progress, I want you to come back to this video and to prove me wrong. Because I know for a fact, for me personally, and I just believe in it so much, that you will find your answer. You will find it. It is there. It is waiting for you. It's asking you to just create space so that it can come back up. And when you are focusing on letting that energy come back up, and you at least get a hint, you start going that direction, start obsessing about it. Start documenting your journey. Start sharing with people what you're up to. You know, to a certain extent, we don't got to tell everybody everything, but be open about it. It's gotten a lot brighter in here. 1 second. You know, open up to people. Document it. You can make a personal brand out of what you're focusing on. And I guarantee you that, you know, in my case, the best example here is I was sharing photos. I was sharing what I was taking photos of on Instagram. I was building an audience. People were interested in what I was taking photos of. And whatever it is that you are doing, if you just document that journey of you learning, not expecting yourself to be the expert straight off the bat, that is a complete limiting belief. Don't try to be the expert immediately. Just open it up with curiosity. Approach it in a very childlike manner. When you were a kid, the only validation you really needed was from your mom and your dad, and maybe your siblings if you have them. You didn't really care about much of anyone else until you got to a certain point where you started going to grade school and, But don't worry about judgment. Don't judge yourself. Just go into it with curiosity. Have fun. If it were fun and easy, what would it look like? If I was wanting to learn how to cook, that'd be learning one new meal a week and doing it on a Friday, making that my night that I just put on some jazz, get a glass of wine, and really try something new. Make it a weekly tradition that you try a new meal every Friday. And if you document the meals that you make every single week, people are seeing a new meal that you're making 4 times a week. They can be like, what are you making over there? How did you make that? Can you send me the recipe? And who knows, this could turn into a business. There are so many people selling recipes online and making a living off of it. So that's how you prepare yourself when opportunities arise. You just follow your curiosity. It's that simple. And if you don't feel like you have that curiosity, just open yourself up to solitude. If it's not walking, find something that works for you. There's something out there that will bring back that childlike version of you. And you will be so glad that you did it, because it may not change your life immediately, but it could change your energy immediately. And that alone, to me, is worth it. That's how you start to curate a life that you're actually passionate about, and that you'll look back on your deathbed and be like, damn, I'm so glad that I started going on walks for just 5 minutes a day. If you need some accountability for any of this, I'd love to help. Let's connect on Instagram. I'm most active there, and we'll always respond through the DM. So connect with me at Ashton T. Joe, and I look forward to hearing from you. Much love, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.